Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
We recording, Gordon?
Gordon's recording.
Let's go. I was so clean.
Nice and smooth.
Easy.
Right?
Easy does it on that one. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 43, technically episode 44 for all the OGs out there. My name is Tommy. I go by TLMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I'm the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And tonight, we're joined by a Degen in the space, but you may know him as Travis. Welcome on to the show, man. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me here. I guess I'm still technically a DGen.
Dude,
little
always.
You hold that handle, dude. You will forever be that DGen until somebody buys that off you for $100K, right?
I do have the DGen handle, yeah. So
That's awesome.
You know, if someone wants to buy that off me for $100K, you will now be the DGen.
Yeah, but forever. That's the true DGen has to buy that and actually own that up, right?
I really want that handle, but I just left it on the store for $100K. You never know, right?
Is that US or Canadian?
100,000 ADA.
There you go.
It's listed for 100,000 ADA. So, you know.
Dude,
I don't think
good.
it's ever going to sell, but it won't sell if I don't list it, I guess, right?
That's right.
Well, one day when we get to that bull market. But for now, dude, welcome. It feels like we're getting you out of retirement a little bit, dude. Haven't seen you on the YouTube screen in a while.
It's true. I have not been on much YouTube. I did an interview a couple days ago, but this is good. Shaking off the rust and the dust, you know, and being on the camera again and hanging out with you guys. It should be fun.
Yeah, man. It looks like you got a little bit of an upgraded setup over there. It looks like maybe a new mic, got some nice headphones, dude. You got some nice gear, dude. I mean, I haven't seen you in a while either. But
yeah. It's mostly the same setup. I'm in a different room now. I'm on a standing desk now. Yeah, it's a green screen.
Nice.
This is not black. This is green.
There was that famous joke when we did the CNFT live the first time around, where somebody had like the green screen sitting in the back, and somebody's like, "Dude, your green screen's working great right now." And it's just like,
It was
dude,
just, you didn't
right
have
there.
anything on it. You didn't have
it's
display up at the time because we were on
Yeah.
StreamYard or whatever.
Just a functioning. Oh,
There.
there you go.
Oh,
It's just a green screen, but the black looks good though. It looks like I'm in a studio.
Yeah,
That's right. It does.
no,
too.
it matches the theme over here too. It's looking good.
Why don't we just do that? Get like a studio backdrop to make it look like we're in like Joe Rogan's studio or something.
That'd be sick.
Show.
Let's do it.
We're sitting here like going to the moon. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Well, dude, yeah. So for anybody with the DGen part of this, or anybody listening, they may have known you as Degen Travis over on YouTube back in the day. And I know you used to make a bunch of. I loved your YouTube videos just for the fact that they were short, simple, to the point, and no like BS at all. Like you just called it how you saw it. You got known doing well for that. But for anybody else in the content creator space who may be jumping into CNFTs now or just getting into the ecosystem that may have missed your YouTube videos, you give it a quick backstory on what got you into doing it. What was your timeline, and then what you're doing right now?
Like what got me into doing YouTube videos?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I felt like I could never find any reviews of Cardano projects before they came out, and like their video content back then was like so little. And I was like, man, I'm reviewing all these in my head anyway. You know, I think I can just make a funny video where I review all these projects. Like, I'm doing it for myself. I was just a full-time DGen at the time. I was like on unemployment or waiting for my next work call, and I was just like 12, 14 hours a day in the NFTs. Like, you know, forget to eat. Just how much it was that DGen in the bull market, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I just I had all the gear mostly. I didn't have any like lights and stuff, but I had a pretty good mic setup just from years of gaming and stuff, and I had a good camera. So I just said, screw it, I bought some lights. Let's make some videos. And the hardest, cringiest part for me, I don't know about you guys, was watching my own video and then editing it and having to watch myself for a couple hours, like when I was doing the edits. And I found that so painful at first.
Yes.
And then I like send out a video and I like wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah.
So like, oh God, I hate it.
Well, I've talked about that before, how hard it must be for you guys doing it solo, because we always have each other to like play off of and even kind of gauge each other's reactions. But if I was just trying to sit here and I was like, all right, let me make this one funny, and you try and like think of a joke and then you tell it, there's no like response yet. You don't know if that joke's going to land. So you're just like telling a joke and you're like, all right, like next one, like keep going. And then you just hope so. And then maybe like a week later when it comes out, you watch it back and you're like, oh man, what was I doing? That's not fuck.
And you're editing, you might see your same little like joke like 5 times in a row, and you're like, this is terrible. And then you just keep watching it, and then but I got over that pretty quick. But like the first 3 or 4 videos was ugh. But after a while, and they started getting views, they'd have over like 1,000 views, and I was like, okay, like someone likes these, so I just kept going with that style, and it wasn't too bad. So the style that became my shtick, I guess, was every Sunday I'd just review every project coming that week, like every single one. And back then it was like 40 a week, 50 a week
Yeah.
projects. And I just like speed date them essentially.
One thing I appreciated was, like Tommy said, like you didn't hold anything back. I loved the honesty about every project that you looked at in your videos. I really did appreciate that. Like no holding back. Any project that was coming out that week, you just let them know exactly what was wrong or what was right about it. I loved it.
It's a fine line to walk. Like I probably went too far and sometimes, you know, and it's hard to like be honest and constructive and not be too harsh.
Yeah.
So it's like a fine line to walk, right?
Yeah, it was most of that stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm on that same mindset right now. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling the same exact way as you. It's just like, yeah, it's just like confirmation. It's like, yeah, people are getting that same sentiment across the board. And somebody who's like seems they have like a good mind inside the space. So it was fun to like watch those. And yeah, it'd be funny because then like some people would like love it, and some people are like, dude, come on, like, what do you mean? Like, I can imagine like the projects. Did you ever get hit up by projects then where like, come on, dude, like really, you said that about my stuff?
I stepped on a lot of toes, yeah. So
yeah.
That's funny.
well, like, you know, the people who were like trying to scam and just like take money off people, didn't really bother me if I stepped on their toes. But someone who just like didn't do a great job on their site or something, and I was a little harsh.
Yeah,
I felt a little bad for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But so since then, like you started, what was your YouTube like in the beginning of the year?
January, like right after New Year's, 5th or 6th, something like that.
That was when everything was pumping too, and then we hit like that little like low for a little bit before March and everything.
Yeah, I think it was like really dead, and then in December, and then Chill Kongs and
Bosscat,
yeah, Bosscat was a little early, but they started popping off, and then yeah, it just had a big like nice little bull run there in February and March.
But that's when JPG honestly took off too. Was around that time.
Yeah, it was. Chill Kongs really is when JP really took over, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I have to ask, what do you guys call it at work? JPG or you call it JPEG Store?
JPEG.
Okay, just curious. All right.
Well, speaking of work, dude, so that's the other part.
So,
right? That's the other part of your story, right? You went from the content creation side, and now you work for JPEG Store.
Right. So for my job title is community manager, and I'm head of the Launchpad program, and I do a bunch of other stuff. I do verifications. You know, there's 2 of us that do that, and I help plan conferences, and I do a lot of copyright. I do like a lot of stuff, but a lot of people at the company do several jobs. But basically, I was talking to Blake way back when he first started the store.
Yeah.
Like in the first month, and like he'd be listing, and I'd be like talking to him. I'd like give him advice or thoughts. I'd like bounce stuff off him, and he'd ask me questions, and then I'd tell him all these bugs and errors that like only like power users would know about, right? Like if he was looking at it, he wouldn't know. And I was like, man, listen, like, you know, I'm on this page like 12 hours a day. Here's this problem, this problem, right? And then we had that relationship for a long time, and then a job just came up, and I applied like everyone else, and I got it through the normal way, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
sick.
It's got to be. How do you for that? I remember when
Thanks,
how many months has it been now?
I got hired in April 7th.
Dude, has it been that long? Cool. I remember when that happened, man.
Yeah, dude, so my day 1 was April 7th.
So that
4
also brings
now. Shit, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the space moves so fast, right? And the other thing about that though is so you've led you back to your YouTube and stuff. Like, so that's what stopped you from like doing videos. Was that because of the job itself, or is that just because there was too much going on, or was it a little bit of both?
Blake, CEO, was very clear. I could keep doing all that, no problem.
Okay.
I think I did make a video or 2.
Yeah.
After I got on there, but like, I don't know, like it was a job in Web3 crypto, which was like my dream at the time, you know, and it was a fast-paced company, and I really liked it. It was in Cardano. I was like, all I wanted to do was work, right? I didn't care about it. I was just working like crazy, and like anything I just make up work to do to just impress. I don't know, or I just want to do a good job, right? So I'd be so busy, and then at the end of the night, have like a few hours or a couple hours, and then to sit down and like spend 3 hours, which probably would have took me to make a video. Just like killed me, right? I did it, and then I'd have like no social life. So I basically either could have a social life or keep making YouTube videos. And I kind of just like tried to have a social life, even if it's not that social. I can just unplug or go wherever, do whatever.
Yeah.
And it's okay in January and February just sit at home and do videos. But like, you know, when May and June and July and the summer and stuff's actually happening, you know, it's hard. It's hard to do that.
I can imagine too, because like
I gave it up.
Yeah, because we all work full-time careers of doing what we're doing. So this is all on the side, like after work kind of stuff for us. So like our whole day, you know, we understand that like burnout kind of in a sense, you know, after a while, like coming like, damn, we got to do a video, we got to do this tonight. Like I got to research a little bit, and it does become a lot overwhelming. How has the transition been from like content creation to like being on this other side now?
Well, just quickly on that point, I had a Patreon too, right? So there's people paying me every month, and I had like all these obligations in a sense. So I like that's why after like it was like I don't think it was even 2 weeks. I was like, hey guys, I'm just like killing the Patreon because like, I can't work this job and provide enough like content to warrant me charging money because I just felt really guilty because I hate when people just leech money off other people. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So I just shut it down. Like we still have the Discord and the private chat and all that, and I just gave an NFT to everybody that was Patreon, and then they have their own little chat now.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. And it's still like, man, that community is still bumping. It's like 500 messages a day.
Really?
There's like a 99 person private chat. Yeah.
Dude,
that's
so
awesome.
It's super cool. Yeah. And there's no money or anything in it for me now. It's just this cool little server.
Yeah, you got your community though. Yeah, but
so the question was transitioning to corporate, I guess.
Yeah, like
not
I'm
really
being
corporate. I think I'm the second oldest person at JPEG of 30 people. So
really,
there's 30 staff now, I think 31.
Okay.
And yeah, I was like, wait, I'm old. I'm 32 for the record.
Yeah.
So I was
I did not know that.
Like, you're right in there with
age.
us, dude.
Yeah,
31,
yeah,
33.
31, yep.
33 here, yeah.
Yeah. So it's great. Like I love it. I have worked from home before, but like I used to be in business and sales and all that stuff. But for a long time, I was a carpenter too. So I'm a full-fledged
nice.
carpenter. So that's what I was doing for years. I'd work away in remote places.
JC.
Yeah. So now I work at home at my desk a lot. It was interesting, but I really like it, man. It's like I'm used to working for like I was a consultant for a large insurance company, like 3,000-4,000 people. Like your job doesn't matter, right? No one cares. Like you do a good job, you go to work, but like no decision you make influences the company whatsoever. Or, you know, it's nice to work for a company where like if you like have an idea or like you put in some input, they're like, oh, thanks, and then they make the change, and like that's the company policy. You're like, holy crap, okay, this is so cool.
Yeah.
You get like a sense of self-worth working for something like this, right?
Yeah, you got a direct like line to everything at that point, right?
And it's so exciting, right? Like, and even like you guys, like we're here, Web3, crypto, Cardano, you know, we're here early, and it's just like exciting to be a part of it. So I found this job like probably the only job in my life that I've like I feel guilty if I'm not doing work. Like it was kind of weird, even though like they're not pressuring me to work like 12 hours a day. It's not true, but really? I got nothing to go. I was like, I'm just gonna do some work. I'll find something to do for like 4 hours, and like I literally just do that all day, every day. And then I'm like, no, I'll just take it off now. And it's pretty cool. Like there's no hours we have to work. There's no schedule. Like you have calls and appointments. You know, your calendar gets booked, but you don't have to work 8 to 5. You can literally work whatever you want.
Yeah,
everyone's all over the world. So even if I worked 7 to 5 with my time zone, it'd probably be terrible because it just doesn't make any sense, right? Like if I book, you know, like if I'm not going to book appointments or calls with someone before like 8 or 9 a.m. PST, right? If
yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
So 9 a.m. PST is 1:30 p.m. here. So like, why would I get
wake up
at 8 a.m. and like, you know, I'm not going to book calls at 2 in the morning from people or whatever. So
yeah, I never thought about that. Like being on like, because Cardano is so global, especially even in this space too. Like, like trying to arrange time zones, even for like doing these interviews and different things that we do. It's like, it's like 4 a.m. for me over there. And it's like, oh, okay, well,
it's crazy because like Blake and them are West Coast, and Penny, who is like our product manager, one of the senior staff, he's in Pakistan.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, wow.
You know, and then a lot of the guys are in Portugal and Switzerland.
Yeah.
And I'm in Eastern Canada, and there's guys in Florida. So like meetings are a mess, right? Like when we do like what is a 4:30 p.m. like all hands call once a week or something for me is like 2 a.m. for Penny in Pakistan, and like 8 a.m. for someone else, you know, and it's just, but it's cool in that way. Like I've never worked in a company where like we're literally just all over the world.
Yeah.
Someone's drinking coffee and someone's eating dinner. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the variety in that. I love it.
It works, dude. But yeah, that's got to be crazy. So for you, like, has your day, do you try to structure it in a way, or do you have to structure it in a way where you can kind of work as you go, as long as you hit your meeting times and stuff like that? Or is it more like, hey, you should be active in these hours kind of thing? How does that work? I mean,
I guess there's no real set hours. Like you
Yeah.
have like tasks and like stuff you do, and like you write down like in the public place like what you're doing all day long, and then or what you got, and at the end of the day, what you got done, and you have tasks on like linear, so like everyone can see the tasks you've done, and you can check on everyone else's tasks, and you can look at tasks related to projects, and if something's holding you up, you can ping people to ask them to do a task faster. You know, it's a little different for me because most of the company's engineers, right?
Yeah.
So like of the 30, like 23 or 4 probably in software, right? So there's a few of us that are in like marketing, social media, Launchpad, designers, stuff like that. We kind of operate on our own and do other stuff. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's like we're very busy.
Oh, I can imagine.
And there's a lot of stuff to do, but we kind of make up our own schedule. Yeah, it's kind of great, man. Like if I just want to like, I don't have a call, if I just got to drop what I'm doing and like go get some food or go to the gym or like just like take an hour off and like just go for a walk or whatever. It's just no big deal.
So yeah, so you can kind of build your own schedule a little bit in a sense, and also it gives you like a lifestyle where it's not like super taxing on you to that's a good thing.
That's
man.
Amazing.
Have you felt more pressure to like keep up with what's going on in the space as far as obviously on a community manager side? Like, do you stay up a lot on what everybody's doing, and do you do like jump in Twitter spaces? Like
I do a lot of Twitter spaces from the JPEG account. I try I'm quite busy this week, but like some weeks I try and get like one a day or one every 2 days. Just hop in a random Cardano space with the main account. That's what I've been doing.
Nice. Yeah.
And we're going to host a bit more. I try and stay up to date as much as I can. I'm more of a lurker now than a participator in the chats.
I can imagine, dude.
Still very up to date on Twitter. I stay very up to date with like general cryptocurrency news, YouTube. I watch a ton of YouTube now because like if I'm doing other tasks, I just got some Coin Bureau video or Army Spies or something, going on the other screen.
So you're just actively kind of researching at least
grinding research.
They're great for that though, because especially with like some of the project ones and stuff like that, you can just be listening. There's not a lot of visual stuff usually, and then when they do kind of like bring up the name, you look over like, oh, that's cool. That's what it looks like. Then you just go back to listening. I don't need to look at it like the entire time. So they're perfect for that. I do the same thing while I'm working.
For sure, and I try and stay in the loop as much as I can. Like the bigger group chats, like 2500, and I hop around a bunch of other servers, and I'm one half the verification team now, so I see most of the projects that get applied here. Then I'm like, oh, that project, and I go check it out.
Dude, well, that's something interesting too, because like JPG obviously has been taking off this. They've essentially taken over as the marketplace for Cardano NFTs. I know there's others that are out there, trying to make their way and trying to innovate right now. But that was the huge shift, right? It was like from CNFT, like you said, in that January time. I think it was really sparked by like chilled conch at that time, like a lot of the ETH buyers who were discovered Cardano NFTs at that time. I think Sunday Swap was getting big, and there was a lot of like excitement going on for Cardano. So when that happened, like we needed that marketplace, like CNFT.io at that time. Everybody had been asking for it, but we hadn't seen it yet. And boom, JPEG Store comes out, and after that, it just changed the game over here. For us. Or for you, what I've been noticing is obviously a lot of these like launch pads for different projects that you can kind of see over here. The features have started to get better and better each and every week. The offers are out now. People have profiles. There's so much new stuff that are getting on daily right now. What has been like the exciting thing? Because obviously you said you were messaging Blake back and forth for like ideas, things that you would like to see on here. Like what's been your favorite part about like obviously besides working with JPG, like that you guys have done or that you guys are seeing? Is this something that you've envisioned kind of wanting from a marketplace?
I think like my general vision, and I guess the company's is like a one-stop shop for like everything. Like I don't want anyone to have to leave JPEG to like find something out, or experience the whole collection. Like, so we're trying to add everything all in one, where like you just go to JPEG Store. You don't need to go to like stats page. You don't need to go to this. You don't need to go to that. Obviously, we're not going to have as many stats as like Jungle or whatever. We're not trying to cover every basis.
Yeah.
But generally, so the whole focus of the main focus of the company right now, not the whole focus, is minting collection. Right. So we're like right on the verge of launching collection minting. So awesome. Literally, we just had a test meet yesterday and went great.
So that brings a good actually question up, because I've seen this over from other Discords, people doing that, is that the hippos, right? The hippos were like the first like testament that you guys did. Yeah. And obviously there was huge demand for that stuff. People were worried about how the servers are going to be able to, is that going to be separate minting on your guys' servers versus like the actual marketplace? Because people are worried about marketplace traffic and being downtime and things like that if you guys are minting projects.
I don't know if I can leak the numbers, but the servers we have now set up for minting are out of this world. They're okay. Unless we get 50 to 100,000 people clicking every second,
Yeah.
we're not going down. So
Okay.
Which, I mean,
in
Cardano, I don't know if
theory,
that exists.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't imagine we go down now. And they weren't separate during the Hippo mint.
Right.
They're separate now.
Okay. Yeah. Because that was like, the criticism that I did see during that. I missed out on the Hippo. I was like busy at work or something that day. But so is it going to be, and I don't know how much you guys can talk about this, but minting collections on here is that, so essentially you guys will have your collection displayed somewhere inside the website here. And then when it comes launch time,
just type in the search bar, JPG. It might be live on, we were doing the Hippo test earlier today. JPEG's chunky Hippo.
Okay.
And then click minting. So,
oh wow, I never even seen this. Okay.
So now, like, if you're going to mint a new collection, you'll have a collection page like normal, and then you'll have a minting tab, and then this is where the mint's going to happen.
Really?
Yeah,
so it's all right there.
That's sick. I like that.
No scam links. No.
So we
Discord
tested this one earlier
messages.
today with a private group of like 1,000. So it's still kind of public.
So you guys have a whitelist spot, public, limited, everything.
You can
right
do
there.
whatever they want on that side. That's just what we tested with. You can have like 7 different versions if you wanted to.
Okay.
And they just have timers. So like when the mint starts, like whatever the person would want, like like whitelist 1 has an hour, and they can mint 2 per transaction, 4 per wallet. Whitelist 2 can yada yada, and you just set up whatever parameters you want.
Damn.
And set up whatever timers, and then it just counts down. And then if they're not minted, say like you want to mint 100 for whitelist 2, but only 70 got minted, and 30 just get added to the next tier.
So it just automatically scales. There's no need for like Discord pause updates unless like there's a big, something goes crazy with it. How about like, so obviously like you guys must have, do you have like a reservation, a queue system or anything? How you guys, I don't know what you
no
can say
queues at all.
Okay.
You will not sit in any queue. We were adamant against that. We will, it is like a reserve though, but the reserve time is very short. We recheck availabilities, like when the time comes up, it'll be like mint an NFT, and then you have 5 minutes, I believe, is the current time.
Okay.
And if you don't mint it in 5 minutes, it goes back.
Interesting, dude. So
back
you guys,
in the day, like some services were like over an hour a wait time. Like we're doing like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I said we've seen that. We talked about, I think, with Cornucopias, and there's other ones too, other minting services where the queues just got like way too long, where people were there for that time, they were ready, they took off whatever they needed to do, but then they had to leave, and then like if it got delayed or whatever it was, then they were just like, I'm out, I can't do this.
Remember ADA handles where it was like,
dude, oh my god, dude.
I modded. I was a moderator.
Minutes to do now.
I was a moderator for ADA handles, man. That was
really.
I kept checking my phone like a madman every hour in the middle of the night.
I didn't want to go to sleep. I'm like,
as I said, I'm checking.
Up,
Yeah. And it was a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. So that NFT's minted on the right, that'll update live.
I see it refreshing right here.
So
you
get 2,500 in like 2 minutes, but like it pretty much updates live, and so it went really well.
Well, how close are you guys to having like a mobile app for Android and Apple?
I don't have a timeline. Like we just hired a mobile developer.
Okay, cool.
Like very recently, so it's still a little ways. But
she just full dove into that. I was gonna say, is there like minting from like the phone, but then she's just like, I want the mobile app.
Well, because I know with the internal app, they literally just took away iOS.
It's a big problem, right? It's a big problem.
Yeah,
you don't know. I don't know details, but it's a big problem. Like if you have purchases in an app, Apple wants 30%, and they take away crypto.
I know they don't. I know they're not friendly at all.
It's a huge nightmare right now.
Yeah.
So what our app's gonna look like, and I'm not sure, and I'm not part of that team. But
gotcha. But that's something on your guys'
people stop buying them. I'm tired of these iPhones. I wish I don't care about the blue iMessage chat anymore.
I think it's crazy.
Shit. I want to go to WhatsApp. I'm tired of iMessage. All this bullshit. I'm done with the iPhones.
I think it's crazy. Apple takes 30%, man. What a cut!
They take everything. I couldn't even get in a server the other day because it was like marked like 18 plus only, and it's blocked on iOS to get on any server like that on Discord. You have to go on your computer, go in and hit an extra setting that says allow on my iPhone because I'm a fucking adult and let me do what I want to do. It's so stupid. I mean, it's one thing you're 12, but you should be watching your 12-year-old's phone. Like, it's ridiculous.
Dude, I can imagine. Like, I can imagine what the process would be to like really have to get this regulated. That's what all I can imagine what cryptocurrency in general with the government and everything, like how that's only one little phase of it, and what you guys are probably dealing with on that end. It's gonna be a lot.
This mobile UI developer is gonna like just make everything a lot smoother on even just browsing on a mobile, because we want to cater to mobile users a lot more, because mobile users are a huge portion of our base. I don't know the number, but it's crazy. And like at least people like will probably browse on their phone, they go to the computer to buy something or sell, right?
That's literally what I do now, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the exact scenario I do.
Right.
But there's sometimes where I'll be browsing on the phone or something. I'll look at it. I'm like, oh, dude, or even on the computer sometimes where I got to run, but I'll just go ahead and connect the phone or something like that because I've been too lazy and I'm just boom, just buy it right there, then and there. I haven't updated my iOS, actually, my app on there, so I can still get on somehow.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
don't update it. I fucked up.
I haven't done that yet, but no, that's been a huge. Even that was a huge game changer. The fact that you guys were able to do that and connect in with them, because that's such a huge help for people. And then I know even people have been doing mint stuff through Returnal and things like that. So, yeah, no, that's awesome to see that you guys have got stuff set up. And I can imagine like mobile is going to be a huge thing for Cardano when all that stuff eventually makes its way out here. I know with Vassal and stuff now, it makes, it's going to help speeding up some of these dApps and things that people are working on.
Like mobile is like just not that usable across the board, not even Cardano. So it definitely has a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
In that regard, right?
And that's when you'll start to see more of the retail buyers and people starting getting into it. Yeah.
I honestly think next NFT bull run will have a lot to do with mobile phone adoption.
Yeah. Well, then hopefully by the time, like you said, the governments and the regulations and all these different people will start to kind of warm up to it by then. That's really
I think it'll bring more people in the space, into our space at least too, because I think that's what the upper hand for Ethereum side is. They have the OpenSea application. They can do it on their phone through MetaMask, I should say. So a little easier. So I think that might be a big.
I always say
bring them over here.
It's not going to be adopted globally until your mom or your dad can buy an NFT.
100%.
If you get your parents to buy an NFT in 5 minutes, then we're good.
Yeah, we're doing right.
Yep, that's true.
You can't right now. Like
nope.
Even I can't buy it in 5 minutes. I don't think. If I wanted to, like speed run a wallet setup and then buy something and go to exchange.
It's not all on one site, like localized.
No.
It's like ridiculous. We were talking about that last night, I think, Monday. Where it's like, you got to log into this website, send it to this website, wait for it to go through. Oh, your account's new. You got to wait a week before you can send anything. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you need credit cards or like temporary wallets. I think it's like the only real quick way,
Yeah.
People want to come onto our site, buy an NFT for $100, and they just swipe your credit card, and then somehow their credit card has like a temporary wallet with their NFT in it. They don't have to set anything up,
Oh, I did want to shout that out for you guys too, as well as I haven't tried it yet, but this is something I definitely wanted to get into or I'm trying to get into is the Moonpay, right? Like you guys are able to actually pay now pay with credit cards and things like that.
Just go click a pitch. Just go click one.
Oh yeah, it's over here. Let's check this out. This is something that I've been meaning to want to try, right? So you can buy the NFT and then you can also either.
And then, I thought there's a Moonpay.
There it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
So just click that. Well, it's really simple. I tested myself. Like. You just set up with Moonpay. It probably takes like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. I'll check this out. I'm not going to set it, obviously it's up, but it's just something that I've been meaning to get in there. Can people do this with actual credit cards, right? It doesn't have to be debit cards.
I just buy with credit card right there. And that's
amazing.
That's dangerous.
That is very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's really sunk in yet. That, you can do that.
No, that's amazing.
We have like some amount of sales, but it's not like a crazy amount.
Yeah, no, I
didn't realize that it was for credit cards. I thought that was going to be some sort of like lending pond type deal.
Not financial advice.
I'm gonna test it out though with a credit card. See what happens.
Right now, it doesn't it looks like it buys your NFT, but you just add 80 to your wallet and you have to go back and buy it.
Got it. Okay.
We're planning to integrate with all in one.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though. But yeah, that's definitely that's a great feature, instant. But also a dangerous feature, right?
The fact you can add ADA that fast, that quickly, and that easily is very cool.
Like they take a little cut, but it's not very much, right? Like I wouldn't buy like 20,000 ADA or something out of it. But if you just need like an extra 50 or 100, or 200, not too bad.
No, that's a great way to do it. Actually, I'm gonna definitely test that this week. The other big thing that you guys have done, not as recent anymore, but was the offers like that. I know that we got everybody's been asking.
I came into JPEG screaming about offers. Like I was like. I was losing my mind because they were trying to do auctions first. I was like, come on, let's do
really over the offers have been, I think we've been talking to a bunch of people in the space, but nowadays, especially in this market, like offers are like king because you can get somebody offer like maybe 10% less than whatever they're asking for and just let it sit there. And people are most likely at this point like, if I want to sell it, I'm going to sell it.
I sold a lot from offers. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I'd be accepting as many, but after a while, I'm like, all right, I just accept it, and that creates a lot of sales that wouldn't have been sold.
Right. Had there was an offer. Yeah. So that's
sorry, I was just saying I'm a big proponent of we did the smart contract offers. I was a big pusher for that too. Yeah. I didn't want any offers that you could just make and not have a contract. But like now offers are way more serious, right?
Right.
Like you have to actually put the ADA up the offer.
See, that's
Look, except the 5.555 ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, that
The
brings
decimals.
us to a great question because we've been talking about this. Is the decimal system like? And what happened with that? Like, are you guys seeing this all on the community where people are getting like duped by people who are just aren't paying attention? Like, have you guys gotten feedback on that?
What do you mean? Just show me.
Like, so when somebody's like, "Hey, I want to make an offer or buy this from somebody," where I can like put like I don't know, like
2.75 or something.
Yeah, like point. Where I don't know why it's not letting me do it right now for some reason.
You have to go up to the decimal side with the arrows.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So say I wanted to buy this, whatever, and it was, just for like 11. It looks like 1157 or something. Like people are doing this out there now, like the people on setting offers out there, just to get them to. And there's been people who have accepted them because they think they get confused.
Yeah. So we talked about it internally. Something we were looking at was putting a minimum offer relative to the floor.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Because you guys give a warning, right? If somebody lists like below, like way off
50%. If it's below 50% of the floor, is a warning.
Okay.
So we might change that so it scales. So it's hard to put a rule in that hits everything, right?
Right.
Can you list it like a firm price? Like I only want this price. I don't even want to see offers. Can you list it as a firm? Not obviously now, but I'm just saying maybe in the future, like list it as a firm price.
Well, no, offers are you can offer on any asset listed on our site. And offers aren't even, you can get offered on it when it's not even listed. And they're just tied to the asset.
Those are good though, because I've seen, we were looking at the for Raccoon Syndicate this weekend, and I saw one that I was looking at, but I was like, guys didn't have it listed. Then all of a sudden I see it sell like 30 minutes later. I'm like, dude, did you just list it? It was right out of my eye. And I looked at boom, accept offer. Somebody threw an offer on it and the guy accepted it.
They're stuck to the asset. Even if the asset gets sold to someone else, it's still there. They can accept it later. You can leave it up forever.
Yeah.
No, that contract on the asset
That's smart though. And I think I mean, it makes sense. That was the only thing I've seen recently where people are like, why don't they do that? And the other argument to that's like, dude, check your price before you
That's
accept
what I
anything.
said. Pay attention. Look at what you're doing.
Yeah. I hear both sides of the argument. It's something we're definitely thinking about.
Yeah.
You can't over police some people just being too stupid to like, it's your money, man. Like there's no excuse for just being like, I was just clicking buttons. I didn't see that it was $22 or 22 ADA instead of 2200. It's
people selling like Bored Apes for 100 USD instead of 100 ETH. That's really common, right?
Sucks to suck. I mean, you can't blame it on the marketplace. You know what I mean? It's just that you can't have any safeguards in.
I'm curious, was there a reason that the decimal points were ever in there? Was there just because it was an option, or was there a reason that the decimal points ever got added?
I think it's just
I
don't think it was. I think it's just like part of it, and we didn't. Decimals, like deleting the decimals, is a pretty good idea.
Do you remember last year when like people remember like the 24-hour timeline over on CNFT.io? Like people eventually were just like they'd put like the 0.01 or 0.99 to show like they're like I'm an active seller. I'm going to send over the asset kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember. Don't remind me.
Yeah, so I still see people doing that. Maybe I see people doing that now, where people are just listing it, but I just don't.
That's why I love.
So we're working on a system where you can counter offer the seller.
See, that would be nice.
That's sick. I like that a lot.
Is it 200 and you offered 150? We'll sing back. I'll accept 175 if you offer it.
So that would be really dope, because I've been having some things like that lately where I played like a little like cat and mouse game with somebody where I was like at like say 700 and the guy hit me with 500. I'm like, dude, if you just hit me with 600, I probably would have been good. Yeah. I'm going to cancel your offer, then relist for 600, and then they just go away. And it's like,
so we're working on that, but we're never planning to implement any line of actual communication where you can text.
Right.
It just opens up to scams way too much.
Right? 100%.
We don't want people to be able to talk.
No.
So I can't DM back and say, nice joke.
Yeah, you can, because it just, and like there'll be a lot of good things that come from it, but it just open up to scams like crazy. So,
no, I can actually.
But we're trying to like set up a system where we can like ping back, offer 10% more, 10% less, or I'll accept this, if, things like that, and it all be automatic and show in the notification center is the.
I think even like what you guys have done, though, even for like the profiles and things like this. And I know I got my Jake Paul one connected right now, but not there's the way you guys can deal with this is you can check the handles, you can check their wallet addresses, you can check. You can't message people though on this, right?
No.
That's what you're saying. No DMs.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just.
But even that, no, we're not. I don't think we're even
like
going to explore
thinking about that. Yeah.
Because if we just cut it off, like scams are the biggest thing, right? Like for every one person that sends like a genuine DM, there'll be like 100 scam messages, right?
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Right,
because the biggest one is always like, "Hey, my ADA's not working," or something like that. Can we go on this Discord and do it, or can you send it to my buddy and then he's going to send you the ADA?
Yeah, it would just get bad.
Along those lines, where like something doesn't work, or even when you hear like the escrow trades and stuff, and they're like, all right, you know, we're going to go to this official server for it. And it's like, for some reason I can't join it. I don't know why. Can you come to ours instead? And it's a scam server, of course.
Yeah.
And there's no stopping it, right? But we just take every measure we can to prevent scams. Like,
That makes sense. Yeah, you don't want people talking because it's gonna get even worse. And
there's
it's
just gonna be scams in crypto. There's no way around it, right? But
yeah.
we try our best to avoid it.
You guys don't help like facilitate it, right? Like you guys aren't in the middle of that. With the creation tab on here too, I forget that's the other one. So you can actually make your own collection. That's what this is for.
Yeah. So if you go up to creators up top,
and
top right,
yep,
on the left next to marketplace.
Oh, I see.
And then create a collection. And like if you create a single NFT, like they'll show up under your handle.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I haven't actually played around with this, so you can just mint whatever though at the same time if you want.
It's 1 It's 1 ADA cost, so you can just mint whatever you want. You can make your own
Nice.
policy. You can add all your own pictures.
Tom, we need to
pretty
get you.
popular now.
Is it?
I wanted to ask you,
Yeah,
Travis. So you know, you're talking about not wanting to facilitate the scammers, and you said, you know, part of what you do now is kind of being the you know, one of the two people that do the onboarding. So of course, you know, I know you can't like call out names or anything like that. It's not what I'd expect, but I was just curious in that role of doing that, you know, since you kind of did it on YouTube, have you had some projects like, you know, put in the application, get to your step, and then you start doing the research and you're like, dude, we found all your art on Ethereum. Like, what are you like? Why are you even talking to us?
Well,
like, is there been any
so
that crazy, that blatant, or is it just kind of?
So that's
like,
different than verifications, right? You're talking about Launchpad applications.
Okay. So those you guys, it's two.
So like, if you want to verify your project, that's completely different than Launchpad, right? You know,
right?
Like,
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're doing the Launchpad, right?
I'm doing both. I do both.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for Launchpad, I'm pretty. You know, if I found their art's just copied, I just would ghost them, right?
Right.
Every image they have to submit images. They get Google image reverse search is like the #1 way, and you know, if it's a popular one, I'll probably recognize it anyway, or someone will by the time we get to it. So to go through Launchpad, you scroll right down to the bottom. I believe there's I don't know if they're on this page or not. No, so they're not on this page, but basically we have like heavy requirements going to Launchpad now. You'll have to docs to the team 100%. You'll have to give us government IDs. You'll have to all projects on Launchpad will have to mint with JPEG. Your funds will be. We're going to hold your funds for 72 hours on escrow, and we'll send them to an exchange that you've KYC'd in. So we're only going to give you your money to an exchange where you've shown your identity to somewhere. So there's all these extra steps to prevent rug pulls going through our Launchpad. Basically,
I love that
and stuff too with the exchanges and things like that.
Yeah,
so
and
reported, like they're official to some degree. I mean,
and if people don't want to do it as Web3, like we're going to securely hold your IDs and stuff. But if you don't want to do it, that's it. No hard feelings, right? But the idea is to just deter scammers. It's still not foolproof. You know, they can still get through.
Yeah.
And they got to sign a contract too. So
okay. So you guys are doing legit though. Yeah, you got all the steps in place. That's a good way to go.
A normal legit person, there's no barrier at all. You just whatever. We'll say you wait 3 days for your money, right? That's it. That's the only.
Especially the ID stuff. You're coming into the space. I mean, it's not like you're. This isn't like an amateur porn website or something. Like if you're coming forward making a project and you're like, this is my art. I really like it and want to share it with you. And you're like, okay, what's your name? What? Why do you want to know that? It's like, I mean, it's a big deal. Like,
exactly. And
you can't tell us your name. Like it's a big deal.
And we don't require you to dox to the public, just to us.
Okay, yeah, just to you guys, exactly. Just, you're not in the same way. You're not going to be like posting their government ID address and social security number out. Yeah, exactly.
So that's only going to be for Launchpad. If they want to mint through the collection minting service on our site, they don't have to do any of that. So that's public service. Like you can go mint a collection 10 times a day if you want, right? But,
nice.
To go through Launchpad, to have assistance from us, to have extra marketing from us, to have promotion from us, to have our name attached to it, you're going to have to do all these things.
Nice.
And, you know, I don't think it's going to deter many people. If it does deter you, then, you know, no hard feelings. But the goal is to just have less rug pulls, less scams. You know, it's not going to be like so critical where like if you launch a project and it does not successful that you're going to be held legally accountable. It's mainly just to deter people who are in it just to take your money, delete the servers, and run away, right? So,
right. Yeah.
And they all have to video call with me as well. It's like another step. I think there's even another step to preventing this.
Just doing your due diligence. I love that.
Yeah. Well, dude, so you guys got a lot of stuff going on right now. And one of the last things I wanted to ask before about JPEG Store is the bundling. We talked about offers. Are you guys putting bundled assets together? Is that still an option for you guys?
Yeah. So collection minting, #1 focus right now.
Yep.
It's almost done. So as soon as that's done, Next up on the menu is auctions.
Okay.
So we had a huge Twitter poll a while ago where auctions or bundles, and we had like thousands of people reply. I was team bundle, okay, but auctions won by like 5 or 10%.
Okay.
But we almost had an auction contract ready to go, but it was, in my opinion, a little like just janky, and like with the way the network is now, we were basically waiting for the hard fork and pipelining.
Yeah.
We'll just have like a much smoother auction experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like think of it, there's like 10 seconds left and like 5 people send a transaction to bid, and the network's slow. You know,
Yeah, I can imagine.
it's just tangly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you add time per each bid, then like people can bid forever with low money. So there's like all these problems. But auctions will be coming after minting with pipelining, and then right after auctions is bundles.
Nice. So it'll be
currently
this year, maybe.
Oh yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I don't think auctions will take very long once we have the hard fork, and then I don't think bundles will take very long after. Like we have a lot of staff, so like once we get through these block, you know, it just the next thing is just
oh yeah,
getting focused on, and like some staff will work on this, some work on another thing. Oh
Dude,
yeah, the bundles are coming. I'm dying for bundles.
yeah.
I would love to offload 100 NFTs in one
Dude,
go.
I was about to say you can get some like NFT throwback packs or something like that, dude. They got so many just sitting in the wall from last year.
I'll throw in 100
Vintage
NFTs
minting.
and a Clay Nation, man. Nice little bundle.
Yeah, just
I
like
was
here
gonna
you
say,
go,
is it
just
gonna
take
be
all
bundles
this.
across multiple, like even dissimilar projects, or is it gonna
Yes.
try and keep them linked? That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And we're doing a shopping cart eventually as well, right?
Nice.
We'll be able to add everything to a cart and buy.
Yeah, because I saw right currently you can mint up to like almost like 30, like what about maxed out like 30 NFTs right now if you were to do a single transaction.
Yeah, something like that. It's
Something.
pretty hard capped. Yeah.
And you guys are working also with like I saw when we were doing the live, we were talking to I think Dad over from Wild Tanks where he was showing like the what was it the feature the sweep feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
actually.
Yeah, so you guys have got like you're working with other creators to help improve the system too, which is I like that because it's helping like other people are you're allowing people to come in to help like push innovation for you guys, which is good, like really really good.
Yeah, we're mainly like by the end of the year we're hoping to have like all the features that most marketplaces have.
Yeah,
across all blockchains.
So for like JPG, just to kind of like wrap like everything in whole, like what is like the overall goal for them? Are you guys like trying to become like obviously you guys are the top dog right now, and like it's going to take a lot for somebody to even like dig into what you guys are doing. What's the overall goal for like the company with what you guys are doing? Are you guys trying to become just like that one-stop shop for everything, and this is like it's become like the platform for Cardano NFTs?
I think so. That's the current short-term goal. Long-term goals I won't really get into, but the whole focus right now is just to like have every feature imaginable that's reasonable on our store and working perfect and great. And then we want to onboard new creators and artists. We want that to be a big focus eventually.
Yeah.
Because like there's not a lot of discoverability on our site now. You know, if you're just a new artist and you come on, like you know, there's nothing really there to find new people. So we got categories coming, you know, and hopefully we'll add hashtags again eventually, some kind of system like that.
Nice.
But yeah, the current short-term goal is just to become even better platform than we are now, and we're working hard for that.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot to it, man. Like people just think, oh, you're just the marketplace, you know, you make changes, but we can't copy code from EVM chains and Ethereum and Polygon and Solana. Like everything they do is a lot easier. Solidity is way easier, and they could copy like references from Ethereum that's already been done and just change a little bit, and they're good to go. Cardano, Haskell, everything's gonna be written from scratch and new and innovative, and like people like the devs have to like just make stuff that never existed before. So it just takes way longer than, you know, doing it on Polygon or something.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said, you guys are like setting the standard right now for everything, which is really cool to see because, like I said, the rise for JPG this year has been insane. Like you said, you literally just do a cNFT.io and then all of a sudden just flipped, and you guys haven't looked back, which is really cool to see. One of the, I guess, kind of moving into like the project side of stuff, because I know this is like the JPG. This is where we buy everything over here. Of some mints that have been going on, just some updates inside the space. One of the big ones that we want to talk about, I guess it kind of replies to like the minting portion of this too, has been Raccoon Syndicate over here. If you got a chance, this is from Cardano Ecosystem News, Timmy, and then Kiyama is the artist on this. Travis, have you got a chance to see this at all?
Yeah, I've seen it. I think I verified it actually, but I've been aware of this for quite a long time. I think Timmy messaged me to even look at it. back before anyone even saw the website. So
Nice.
So I've known about this for months and months and months. Yeah.
Dude, so did you get a chance to mint anything, or do you
No,
just
I
kinda
was like busy that night. I wasn't sure if I was going to mint any anyway. I haven't
Yeah.
been minting very much at all lately. I heard they had some problems with their mint, but I haven't heard anything really bad about the project. So,
No, I think the big overall, we talked about it a little bit on the live stream, but kind of we also got caught up in the conversation. The big thing for them, I believe Timmy was doing his own custom minter on this. So it was an address mint, right? It wasn't a smart contract or anything like that. They were verifying on a whitelist, and it took pretty much, I think the whitelist happened on was the Saturday, and then the public was on Sunday. And it was, I could say, over 24 hours pretty much for people to go ahead and get their stuff. So you can imagine, like, obviously, especially anybody new into the space in the last few months who are used to the smart contract stuff, they were obviously getting a little frustrated. And I know Timmy and the guys, they were working around the clock to get it out. It was just, it was tough, right? It's hard to see it. Last year at this time, it would have been like, oh, that's just how it is,
Yeah, get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get it tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, go to bed, whatever.
Yeah. And we'll wake up, we'll see where it is. But obviously the people, there's a big thing that we talked about earlier before we jumped on with this is the pricing for this. If you are in that degen mode and that flipping mode, like the people who did get their NFTs early, like we were talking about, they were offloading these things for 500, 600, 800 to flip. And now the floor, they didn't get it till the very end. Like you said, the floor price is at back down to 170 right now, which is still over mint. Nothing wrong with that. But it's definitely like it impacts these mints over here because I wonder what what it would have been if they had minted out within a few hours, right? Like where they would have been at during that time frame, and would it been higher where they're at, or would they have had a lot better positive thing?
It's like because the mint was going super slow, it reduced the supply like crazy, while there were still thousands of people looking at it or whatever, hundreds of people. So like these sales just happen because people get impatient, right? So it's all kind of funny that like a screwed up mint might actually increase the price or create more volume.
Yes.
I think what helps this project though too is the hold to earn aspect and how many you need to even do the next mint. So I think that's going to help a lot too, as far as bringing people back in to drive that floor price up. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it really is, like I said, a hold to earn project. So if you want to be a part of it, you have to hold X amount of number of raccoons, even do the next mint. And
621.
It was the price on these.
110 ADA for the whitelist and 120 for the public, which essentially the public was like almost gone by the time they were all done and pretty much whitelisted everything.
Left, right? Did you get one, Tommy? I know you tried for public.
Public, no. They said they sold out in seconds. Like I missed out. I got in pretty quickly, but no chance on that. So, but yeah, 110 ADA was the min price on these. So sitting at 170 still. Yeah, they're still over floor right now, and I think some of the bigger ones, like the generals, which are like the top rankings inside of here, are still selling for like close to 1,000 ADA right now on the floor for those. So still doing well, and I think as Timmy and the guys, it just kind of give more announcements and just kind of give you an update. We're still waiting on the white paper before their tier 2. There's I think that will kind of rebound everything, and I obviously I think they've learned from this time around. They'll probably do something a little bit differently on that next tier mint that's going to happen in September. But it's definitely interesting to see inside the space. They've traded almost about 1 million ADA in volume here.
I think if you do 900K ADA in a few days and you're above floor, your success in this.
Absolutely. 100%.
Great job.
Yeah. So shout out to Timmy and the guys over there. But Raccoon Syndicate is definitely one we're keeping an eye on. And like I said, the hold to earn is a cool different thing where you don't have to do anything with it if you want to participate in their game and their battle points and all that stuff. So if you own 6 of these things, it whitelists you 2 more into the next tier 2 mint, which happens sometime in September. And if you hold 2 of those tier 2 ones, then you get to mint one final one in October, I believe, is the last set of those. So there'll be a final when these all are said and done. There'll be a 10K collection when they're out here.
Cool way of doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm curious how that'll play out now, right? It's a different means and method. It's a different NFT game this time in the year compared to last year, where we were just like 10K collection, boom, go mint. And here now everybody's like, where's this? What are you guys doing? What's the utility with all this stuff? So they're kind of making something innovative in this space. We'll see how it goes. And
yeah, I think a lot of the problem too is like not even the market. It's like I don't think we're getting a lot of new users.
Yeah.
So like every day there's new mints. So every day, every project drains a little bit of liquidity out of like the rest of the pool. And because we got no one new coming in, no new money, everything is just going down. Just the nature of minting, right? We're just creating more supply.
That's true.
Especially with how ADA's not like kind of taken off, and it hasn't. It's also been pretty stagnant for a while now too.
Yeah.
That people aren't exactly like hyped it up. Like, you need to get into ADA. Like, it's great. It's growing. Like, yeah, it's 250 right now, but it's going to be $5 in 2 months. Like, now it's just like, yeah, it's 50 cents. It's been like 50 cents for 7 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
bear markets are boring,
Yeah.
and people, participate in excitement, right? And right now, there's no excitement anywhere, so people aren't into crypto right now, right? People are trying to eat, they're bored, they're not looking at their NFTs. If they own NFTs, they're down awful, in value for the most likely.
Yep.
Right? So, like, if your investment's down really bad, do you really want to go in and look at them? I think that's the general principle of why, like, it goes in waves.
Oh, that we were talking about that earlier too, where other projects we've seen, like even just even use Cornucopias, their land sale is like a great example of that, where everybody just sucked the liquidity out of every single project that they were in right before that mint, just to build up and mint that stuff and just distribute it. And then, I mean, that was actually a hot topic conversation that we had earlier on Monday. But it's like the more that you do those hyped up like sales, it's like other projects are most likely going to suffer because where are they getting that liquidity from? It's not like all these new buyers
offload. Yep.
Yeah. You got it at some point.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of liquidity Cornucopias is hoping to get here now. Have you guys already talked about that?
Yeah, we had a whole we've gone like 25-minute conversation on that. That's a whole other topic for another day we could get into. But no, for sure. Like that's you're not seeing all those new buyers, like you said, the bear market, but that also brings up a good opportunity for anybody who is staying liquid in this time frame and looking for stuff that they want to get into, because there's always that good opportunity where somebody wants to offload.
It's kind of funny. You would think the prices would be going up in ADA because ADA's went down so much in dollars.
Yes.
But people don't think in dollars; they think in ADA, no matter what logic or worldly reason they should have. It doesn't matter. They think in ADA, right?
Dude.
And they think in Ethereum, and they think in Solana and Sol.
Dude,
they don't think in dollars. If people thought in dollars, all these would be way different. But it's just not how the brain works, I guess.
Yeah, we've been talking about that too recently too, like the mint prices and things like that, like where we're starting to accept now finally, or where originally like last year it was like anywhere from like 30 to like 78 at the top, and now we're sitting here where it's like 100 to 200, somewhere in those range. People are starting to put stuff out, and it's just like that's the price right now. Like we're starting to accept that in some ways.
Yeah, so but 58 a mint at $3 was $150, which is almost 300 ADA mints. Now, right? That was just normal.
Yes.
So 200 to 300 ADA mints, in theory, right now, no one will mint anything. And there'd be a riot in the streets, but it's literally the exact same price.
It's the exact same thing.
Literally the exact same price paid a year ago or 6 months ago, and no one even flinched. And it's weird how that psychology works. I'll never really understand it, but I just accepted it to be reality.
We talked about that a few weeks ago. We were talking about the raising kind of mint prices and people seeing that and seeing like 120, and how you do kind of recoil at it, but then it's like ADA 50 cents. Like this is, cheaper than I bought rug pull projects on in the past, or projects that just went absolutely nowhere, and the Discord just died off.
It's awful because teams got to get paid, man. Artists got to get paid, managers got to get paid. Like, just because an artist, like, they don't know anything about crypto, they shouldn't get paid less because the market's down. They're still doing the same amount of work.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, obviously it's clear. You can kind of see, like you said, where we're kind of sitting at right now. Like sometimes it feels like, oh, we're in a bear market, but it's not that bad. And you kind of start looking back at the reality of numbers. And even when we started taking off last year, it's just like, dude, we're trending down right now. So it's always good. I don't know, in my mind, it's good to be liquid in this market right now, because if you do want to stay and believe in stuff long term, there's always going to be a deal or something popping up, especially with all these new mints that are hyped up and people pulling liquidity in and out. But outside of that too, you never know. Like these projects that you love right now, some of these guys may not make it too much farther before they finally just say, we can't sustain in this market right now. We're out of here, and you can lose everything.
It's tough, and it's felt it everywhere in every company. Like JPEG gets paid in ADA, so we make way less, or we like essentially are losing money. That's public, right now. Like we're not making any money at JPEG Store in the market.
That's crazy, man. But then it's like
it's tough, right?
Yeah, if you would have flipped it on its head for last year, where we were sitting at, we'd be sitting probably pretty right now.
No, it was sitting at $2 for at least 2-3 months. Yeah, that was like the minimum. That was great.
It's crazy to see, even just in that 1 year time frame where everything launched, it was really hype, and then here we are a year later talking like, oh man, we love this new space. It's we're innovating, but it's like, damn, this is really tough right now.
Well, I think too, it's a testament to like the people that were like in the community for a year now. So we're a little more strict and we do our due diligence now on projects. Whereas before, like you said, Tommy, we go at one on CNFT, look at the list of project. Okay, this mint's happening Monday, this mint's happening Tuesday. You just mint everything. Didn't really care, didn't do any research. You just mint. You rolled the dice on it essentially. Now it's like, okay, we have a mint next week. Well, what's going on with them? How big is their community? How many followers they have? What's the engagement like? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like we're doing a lot more research on each individual project now. So to set the price higher as a higher ADA price, I think for some project, it is worth it for them too, like you said, because they do have to get paid.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Travis, I mean, I know you said, I haven't been minting much right now, but like, yeah, do you have any like strategies that you're kind of getting into at all during this like bear market kind of period?
No, honestly, like I'm just like, unless something was like super hyped and super exciting, or I really just want one, like
Yeah.
I'm not really minting. Like, I don't know, man. It's so hard now. Like you got to be really grinding now to like flip and just make money in NFTs, and it's so risky because like stuff might sell out, but the secondary buys are way lower than they used to be, right? Like there's no one going in and buying on secondary after a mint, which is what you need to flip or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been certain projects that'll like defy the odds recently, but they seem even in the short term, they seem few and far between. Like I guess the biggest one I can use an example of would be maybe like Jelly Cubes or one of those where it just launches and it just takes off and then it just is there, and that's where they're at. So
for me personally, I'm just literally just, if I think it's cool, I'll like mint one. I'm not at the mint for money point anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Like, if something was crazy hyped and I somehow had a wait list, sure, I'd mint, and I have no obligations of buying or selling. I'm sure, but it's not my lot of focus. I focus a lot more on probably coins and DeFi now, a little more than I used to, than NFTs, right? But it's just bear market, man. Like it's so hard for anyone to make any real money, air quotes, or flip or whatever. So it's just grind, work, research, homework.
Are you going back and investing into projects that you plan to be in long term? Have you done any of that?
Couple, yeah. Like I still have FOMO for eCoin.
Yeah,
I have 14. I bought 14 bundles back in the day, and I still have
really.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I just want more. It's funny, like that's like the only project I was thinking about it today that I'm like, man, I should get more. Because everything else, I'm like, I don't need any more. Like bear market, but eCoin, I'm like, damn, that game. I bet that's gonna be fun.
I just want to bet on the horse races, honestly.
Everybody.
Dude, they got so many cool things in the works for them, and like all their stuff's about to come online like later in this fall too. So it makes sense. Like if you loading up now, like it may be a good play down the line.
Yeah. So I haven't bought any. I bought one recently.
Yeah.
I haven't went in and bought a lot. No, I was just trying to like sell some of my NFTs, like some of the collections I have a lot of, 50 or 100. I would just try and sell 20 or 30.
Yeah.
And I was saying this before we started, like you don't need 100 on an NFT to be committed to a project that you like. You could have 50 or 10. You don't need to have 10 NFTs. You could have 2.
A couple, right? Even
a couple, depending on like you're like people getting flamed. I saw someone else getting flamed on Twitter for selling like half their collection, and I was just like, and he still has half. He's still, like he's got more than most people, or people selling a lot, and I don't know. Lately, I've just been.
And that's so weird. I don't get that. Like, why would you be upset? Like, he bought them,
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? And he's still, like you said, he already showed the support. The team has his money. Like, they don't, you know what I mean? They got the funding that they needed for releasing and can now move on to do what they need to do. And like in that case, you were just showing. He still had like multiple of them still left also. Like, why is he bad for selling? Especially when everyone else is like, oh, you shouldn't flip. I'm waiting for 18 months from now, and then I'm going to flip mine. Like, you're still going to sell them. You're just waiting for 2 years down the line. Yeah.
I know.
Everyone else's plan is just to wait until the final product and sell. Like, you can do it all in between too, or you can sell a project and still support it and like the project, but take your money and go into other things.
Sell shaming, right? I like hate it. I hate it so much because people are like, "Oh no, don't sell," and all they care about is their own bag. So,
100%.
So they just don't want you to sell now because they can't dump a week later at a higher.
It's the perception. That's all it is. So if any of those big whales inside the community start offloading, it gets bad. We are such a small community too, so people figure that out pretty quick, and they're just like, "Oh no, you're ruining the project," and it's like. Dude,
and public blockchain, right? You can just go in and see.
Yep.
Degen Travis wallet, and he just sold 3 things today. And like,
God forbid you posted on Twitter that you liked it at one point, and then you sold it down the line.
That's always my personal fear. That like you post about, like, now I can't sell it ever.
Why? Why can't you sell something that you said you like?
I don't know.
What's the problem with that? I can like something. I can like cars and buy cars and resell them and still be into cars. And like, oh, dude, I thought you liked that car. You fucking hate cars now? It's like, no, man. Someone offered me twice as much money for it. What are you talking about?
That's true.
I minted 19 clays, right? And I held them the whole time until after pitches. And then after pitches, there's 1 week where I sold, I think I sold half. I sold 9 in a week. And then people were at me on Twitter, Degen Travis dumping his clays, yada, yada, yada. I was like,
really?
I've held him since mint, man. Like, these are I've held him like 11 months or whatever it was, 10 months.
God,
I've earned the right to sell.
Well, and that's the thing, though, too. Whether people want to mint it or not, that's one of the main reasons why everybody got NFTs was to make money. I don't care what anyone tells you. They got in to make money. They've got to mint, whether buying secondary, and they bought to flip. They bought it to flip to make money. That's it.
Dude, that's the other part. That's how they get you.
Look at this awesome art, dude. You got to come check out this art and buy some. It's gonna be really cool. You'll love it on your phone. Like, no one said that. They were like, dude, I'm making crazy money right now. It's easy as hell.
I don't think it's like. I'm pretty pessimistic, but I don't think it's 100% about money. It's like 99%. It adds like an extra level, right? If you're really into something and it's cool, money just makes it way more fun, right? Like if you're big into hockey or football and you watch the game, but if you got like $10 on the game, it's way more
that game gets way more fun.
Way more fun, right? So if you're like, you got an NFT you really like, but it's worth $100 and it might go up, you know.
You're rooting a little harder, but a little
harder, and I think that's
you may throw a post up and like, yo, we're at the game today. Yeah.
Right, so like you can love projects, genuinely like them and like what they're doing and like their art, but because money's attached, is a little more. You get that gambling rush, right? And that's the addictive part that grows the space.
Well,
but I don't know, like, man, when people sell stuff, just let them sell, unless they're like being really shady and like trying to dump on.
If they're like, I hate this project, where I'm dumping all my stuff, and they're being vocal and active, that's a different thing, right? Like that's just bringing the product.
Someone just triggered me about the clay thing. I was like, man, do you know how much a roller coaster holding those clays were for like a year? That was absolutely.
I couldn't imagine.
Never sell. Like I made them for like 38 ADA, you know, and they were like going crazy.
You see the Snoop Dogg thing, and it's like, oh my god,
I know. I gotta keep them, you know. And then I finally sold some, and then like a bunch of people on Twitter like, he's selling his clays. I'm like, dude. Like, yes, I sold some. I still have 5 for the record. And I was just like, guys, this is crazy. I'm not like a millionaire. And I was like, they were like 3,500 floor, and I was like, if I sell 10, that's 35,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I can still love clays with like 5 or 2.
But I can also like pay my bills, pay stuff off, and live.
100%.
Have a 3D clay with 2. Yeah.
And another thing is like clay's wonderful project. I think it's the best project in the space personally, and you know, it's pretty much as sure thing as it can be. But in my opinion, ADA is a more sure thing. If you just hold ADA, eventually, ADA is going to be worth money. It always will be worth money.
That was the goal.
NFTs, no matter how amazing your project, might not be worth money. You know, someone has to literally buy it off you. There will always be buyers for ADA on it.
We've seen that with even the most invincible one at the time before everything went down was Spacebudz, right? Like it all it takes is one thing to like throw something at that thing, and all of a sudden, boom! Like things can change overnight on you. And
that's sad, man. I feel bad for the Spacebudz guys because it's clearly traced art. Like every asset's traced, which is like really unfortunate. Because obviously I don't think Alice had any idea.
No, not at all.
It taints it, right? Like I still support Spacebudz. I think they're cool to have. You know, I don't have them anymore, and I sold them well before all this. But I was thinking about buying a really nice one, like before this came out. Like I was gonna buy like a shark or fish or something, and then I was just like,
ooh.
Now it's like it's just a little tainted for me because I'm like, man, this guy traced it, and like it doesn't like kill the project, but I like, it's just something.
It gives you like that little, just like, man, like it's always gonna be a thing now.
Yeah, but like the new art looks great. That they're
I love the fact that it's like innovating it. It gives it a chance because that was my thing. I mean, we're Spacebudz. If you just were getting into it later in like the life cycle, that was like the goal, the pinnacle. Like everybody chased after one of those things. And I don't think for me it was like the artwork didn't do it for me. It was just like, it's cool. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like crazy good. I'm not like super attached to it. But when you see that new version that they're putting out, it's like, damn, that one looks way more badass in my opinion. So it's cool they kind of have a chance to rewrite it a little bit without having to be like, can you imagine if they were just like, new part of the roadmap, revamped art, everybody would be like, what are we doing with this? But now they have like a reason to do all that, and they can actually change that narrative a little bit. But it's still gonna always have that thing attached to it. So
and if they can get rid of it all new art, I think they'll erase that a lot. But just like right now, it's just unfortunate it hurts them, right?
It's
And
yeah.
sours the milk a little bit or whatever, but I love the project. I don't want to FUD it or anything. You know,
Oh
it's
no.
fine.
No, I think for me it's like one of those ones that I'd like to get in. I just don't. Right, if I needed to like spend that kind of ADA right now, that's not where I'm putting it. I don't. I'd rather invest that in certain other things at the moment.
Right.
But do I want to be in the project? Absolutely. I still think like if you're in this project, especially Cardano NFTs this long, like I think it's still like something that you should definitely like look to have in your portfolio.
Like if you're gonna spend 3,000 or 3,500 ADA on one NFT, like I would just buy Clays. You know,
Yeah.
but that's personal preference. They're delivering. They always deliver. It's amazing. They got connections. They got good Charlotte. They got Champ now with a Clay. Like they're building stuff, coin, token.
Yeah, they're active.
It's hard
right
to
now.
miss, right? Like Clay's just killing it, man.
Yeah,
And
no, I'm very bullish on what they got going on. And just
Mhm.
it's fun to see the updates too, because you know what at some point in the game, like they're not just like in Cardano, like they have there's so many other people and other eyes on them right now.
Dude, they're the only Discord when I get a ping. I'm like, oh shit.
I get but yeah,
you
what's
know,
going
like
on?
it's like
Yeah.
the only one left. I'm in hundreds, and then like
Yeah.
Clay get a ping. I'm like, I gotta go check.
Yeah, like hold on, yeah, what are we guys doing right now?
Yeah,
right?
what's going on? Like work, everything put aside. What's Clay?
Yeah,
What's in the Clay Discord ping? Because they don't ping very often either.
no, that's the fun part with them. It's been cool.
It's only
Dude,
big updates.
And it's been cool too. They just dropped, the Clay token. Everybody's got an airdrop. They're up on MinSwap and things like that. So it's cool that their ecosystem's coming online because I can imagine like once if that Clayverse, if that everything hits well, like they do a really good job, which I think they're lining themselves up to do. Like that could be a huge thing in general. So we haven't really seen anything like that in this space yet for like because they're not promising you some like giant like just my land plot's going to build all this crazy stuff. Just like, yo, this is a hangout, it's a festival vibe, and we're going to have just do some cool shit here. And you can see the partnerships and the people they've lined up already. And it's just like, yeah, they're going to do that. Like we know they're going to do that. They've got good Charlotte on the hook. They've got Champ, Snoop, and I'm sure a bunch of other people that are going to get brought into that space.
I'm sure they're just gonna do a concert with Snoop.
Yeah.
It'd just be my guess, right? In the big nation.
They have to, right? If Charles Hodson's going to show up on there one day, it's going to be awesome because they got the people there. So my big thing with them is that if Champ he got a Claymate made of him recently. I saw that they put that up. So if he keeps like really getting into this stuff, like that's only going to bring like his dad's like, hey dad, like I originally thought this was going to be something cool. We do a collab, but no, I'm really enjoying this stuff and these people. You need to come check these guys out a little more.
Did you listen to the Charles and Snoop space?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, that made my week. That was so funny, man.
Bro.
Charles went on this big like technical tangent, and Snoop was like, "I don't know about all that gobbledygook, but
Yeah.
I just like actually killed her, whippity wop or something."
He's just like fucking I don't know about this, but who the fuck's Uncle Sam? He just went, he dug into that, and then he just
I actually thought it was amazing because Charles can't dumb it down if his life depended on it, right?
Oh
like
no,
he cannot simplify it. I love him to death. I love Charles, but he has a really like no matter what, it's coming out really smart and technical.
Yeah.
No matter what, and him talking to Snoop was just kill. It was like comedy. It was like a TV show. I was loving it. Yeah.
That's where it was just like, yeah. And the fact that like at the Twitter space, I remember watching people like out in reaction. Well, they didn't talk about the Clay Nation. What are they going to do? It's like, dude, shut up. Like you got Charles Hoskinson, Snoop Dogg, and Claymates all on the Twitter space right now. It's like, what more do you want? Like that's like, how cool is that? So obviously, they got some cool, crazy stuff coming down the line.
I remember someone saying kind of like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like saying to the Clay team in there, like, you guys didn't really get into Clay. And they're like, we got Charles and Snoop Dogg together. Were you guys not paying attention? Like, is that really what you guys care about right now?
Yeah,
you hear us talk about Clay all the time.
It's always the bags, dude. Like, everybody wants the bags pumped.
But it's still just like as good. All eyes on us right now. Like, just shut up and enjoy this. This is amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's wild to see what
people just want price go up, man, in their bags, and a lot of people are really selfish, and it's so unfortunate, but it is the nature of trying to make money, and then that is a lot of NFT buyers, right, and crypto buyers.
That'll be like a huge like thing to see how that evolves over time. Like eventually, when people are just like, yo, like yes, this is making me money, but now there's so much more investment into it. Like you need to be like kind of committed and part of and active with these communities because it's not just the easy button anymore where you can just mint something and just instantly flip and make a ton of money.
No.
Like it's evolving over time right now. You're seeing that even now with all these different discords and passes and all these different ways that people are getting engaged.
I always thought like NFTs were like that anyway. You shouldn't invest in NFTs if you don't have the time to stay in touch with everything going on because you're just going to lose out on something huge. You're going to miss a mint or an airdrop
or even news.
Something to join on time. You won't get into mint this one. You'll have to buy it secondary so you don't make any money.
Yeah.
NFTs are super involved. Cryptos are not. You can research one you like, buy it, and just live your normal life, right?
Yeah.
NFTs are generally not like that. I think it rewards people who have a lot more free time.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
And now that, like, I don't have as much free time anymore, so I've barely even touched NFT stuff, right? So it's kind of funny, I'm working in NFTs all day. I mean, the buying and selling part.
Yeah, but so that mean I kind of switch topics for like actually speaking on stuff like that is these new mints that are coming out. There's two big ones, and I don't need to dive too deep into what they got going on. But there's these Fluffies and BeatBoyz are the two. But Fluffies is the number one right now.
Oh my God, they're the 20th and the 21st.
Yeah, the 20th and 21st. So we're coming up on a busy week.
It's gonna be a crazy weekend because Reaver Empire is the 21st too.
Is it? Yeah, I see Reaver Empire is on the front of your website. I haven't actually looked at that one, and I need to check that out. The Fluffies though is one that we were kind of looking at. We've seen a lot of Discord and not Discord engagement. Actually, they don't have a Discord. That's the interesting thing about it is that these guys are going a little bit different, and they're releasing these Medium articles and kind of explaining what they got going on via this way. And they have like these list passes that people could get for engaging on Twitter and doing different things. And this gets you into I guess their essential whitelist, right? Versus the public, and 69 ADA versus 99 ADA. They're playing into that little theme. There's 69 of these things. So having a little bit of fun with it. Just interesting what these guys are going to be doing though. Like, cause the artwork's cool. Like the project, actually, the more I was starting to look into it, it's definitely interesting. It's just one of those it's very mysterious in the same way without the Discord. It feels weird not having a Discord to go into and like figure out what's happening right now.
They said why they're doing that. Have any of these projects, other than like, we're doing it different, we're not having a Discord. And it's like, well, why not? It's like, it's different. I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's weird. Like Discord has literally become entrenched and part of like NFT DNA. So
yeah,
it just seems like you're handcuffing so much of like your potential community, because there are people that genuinely enjoy coming into projects and get hooked on certain Discords and hanging out. And sometimes it's as lucky as they just happen to be on there in a day when it's kind of popping off and get a connection, and that's the one they end up going back to. Not to say they couldn't have found that in another Discord for another project, but then they end up staying there and they get to hang out there, and it helps build and develop that community. I just don't get why you would ever cut that out.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I haven't looked into enough to comment, but like, I think it hurts you to not have a Discord. And like you said, I think people buying in NFTs a lot of time, they're buying into a community where people you talk to every day. Like I find the most successful communities, you look at Chill Kongs, you look at Spacebudz, you look at Zombie Chains or whatever, you go into their chat, their Discord, there's just always people just talking like day-to-day stuff, talking about stuff happened a week ago, what they're doing in their real life. It's like a chat group of friends, right?
It's a hangout.
Yeah. And if you find one of those that you fit in really well, you feel great. That's why you're buying into the project, right? So if you don't have Discord, how do you have that?
Or maybe even staying in the project. Maybe
and those regulars buy, those people coming there every day buy.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're a part. You want to be part of the community. So that I don't know, man. It's different. Like I said, there's nothing. I actually like the way that the artwork and stuff looks on this stuff, and I have a feeling they'll do well as far as the initial sell goes. What they do after the fact with that, because there is a bit of mysteriousness there too. So I think people are buying into that hype a little bit, but depending on what,
or we just don't have any info available readily, like in a Discord. I don't know. It's not like exactly the same. You know what I mean? It's not like like Her Monsters. I know they don't have a Discord, but they also kind of have like the way they've like situated their website, or even Mallet ordered a Discord, and it was full mystery. We had no idea what's going on over there. That's another thing too. I understand lives have websites, but like Her Monsters, their website's not exactly intuitive, like straightforward. It's like a scavenger hunt. So sometimes when I just want I just need some info on this. And usually the Discord is that place. It's all separated into channels. It works great. It's not going down like the website. I just don't kind of get it. It doesn't make sense.
It's interesting, right? I mean,
it seems like you're opening a company and then you're like, well, we don't have a website. And you're like, why not? Well, we do things differently here. And it's like, yeah, man, but I can't find you because you don't have a website. You know what I mean?
These guys have websites for you here.
Oh, I'm saying though, like if you started a company, this is an example that's not NFTs, and you just didn't make a website for it, it wouldn't make any sense. You have to have a website if you start a company. You kind of really need even the communication with the team. I understand they're doing the Medium articles and stuff like that. Most people are on their phone. They're in the Discords and they're jumping in and out. They say good morning every morning. They're not like, let me go read a 45-minute article or a 10-minute article. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to read anything on Medium usually if it's just off of where my normal avenue is. It's an extra step added on to all the research I do daily on Discord. I just don't get it. Now I'm picking on them personally. They're not the only ones doing it. You're on their page, Fluffies. I'm not saying them specifically. I'm saying in general. I don't quite understand it. I haven't seen any explanation either as to we like to stay away from Discord because it's a toxic kind of thing, or the scams. So I've just never been sure. It seems so strange to me.
I hear you. I wanted to pull this up that way. Like I said, we weren't attacking fluffies over here.
No, yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, we're hammering them right now. But yeah, they do have
they have a little description. What do they say?
Yeah, they said we're we're through a no Discord project for now. But I think it's quite refreshing to give the space a break for another new Discord server. Our goal is to first establish our community on Twitter before considering moving to Discord. Even though it's common to have a Discord server for a project, we're here to start our own unique journey. Furthermore, we're constantly responsible to our community, which makes it hard for us to ensure a high level of security, especially before mint. So it seems like I think they're open to it, and I probably guarantee they're going to open one.
They have to. You have to, man. It's just like, where are you going to show them off? You know what I mean? Twitter's great. I understand, but it's not permanent as a Discord. There's no record. It's easy to miss. Like, it's just if you're not there in the moment. Discord has its moments too in chat. If you're not there live in chat, you're not going to like go back through and catch up a day's chat. But it just has kind of a different feel to it than Twitter. Twitter's a little more impersonal. Discord, you can really kind of get some inside jokes. I can respond much easier with like memes and gifs, like live in chat, where like responding on a tweet isn't the same kind of thing.
No, it's not. You know, it doesn't feel as private, even though obviously Discord's still public.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel as personal.
Well,
it even multiple conversations going on, kind of like in Discord between two people. If I respond to your tweet with a little joke, you may like it, but you're not gonna then like we're not gonna go back and forth for like 9 more messages in that tweet. It would just be like,
I can't poop emoji your stupid comment.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
We were talking a little soon. Yeah, they got a Discord locked up there, so
that makes sense. It's just there's no way you can't.
It's
just fun for you.
I don't get how you do it either. Like have an actual community project. If you just had an art project, you're doing like 100 art pieces. You know, I could see not needing a Discord.
Yeah,
but so it seems to me like they maybe wanted to do the other route of like the Twitter, like build the following. They want to like have they sent people to fluffy list, their little way of whitelisting people without having to go some crazy Discord or what's going on kind of thing. Man it out, build the community that way quick, and then open a Discord for all the holders and verify them that way.
You know, Tom, could be just really genius marketing. Look at us here talking about it on a stream, on a website.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When they say like,
just being clever marketing or something,
and you're like, why is it different? You're like, because it's different. It's like, all right, I mean,
you got to do different stuff in a bear market, man.
Yeah, well, it's got our attention. That's for sure. So yeah, they're minting on the 21st over there. So 6 p.m. UTC, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. I want to say for 69 ADA for your fluffy list people and 99 for the public. The other one that's minting, which I find this project to be actually really interesting, is the BeatBoyz. I don't know, Travis, you seen this one at all?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I don't know a lot though.
I don't know much about them either. I know they have this allow list that they're doing. They have these hall passes that they've already put out, and they're now shot up to like an 800 ADA floor plus on that. So, and I believe that allows you to mint 3 of them. They've also done another collection where they've dropped like candies and in like houses and stuff like that. So, and having a house or these 3 of these collectibles, or 2 different collectibles allow you to get on their allow list for their mint day, which is August 20th at 12 p.m. UTC, which they haven't announced the mint price yet. These guys are interesting. I love their website. It reminds me of like what Tom, you said, like Rick and Morty mixed meets like the Simpsons and stuff like that. Like they have like the old school like website. Like I have to go back and I'm gonna pull one of these up while we're doing this, but I see if I can find it. Yeah, they have just, I don't know. It reminds me of like a throwback like cartoon on some things, and it's just they're super interesting looking to me. I guess they're going to be more like a profile pic is what they're trying to go for, but just like their environment, like this stuff right here. You can kind of see like the art style for these, which is just, I don't know, it reminds me of very like just cartoony, something along those lines. But I guess they're doing PFP mix is where they're at. I remember their website when I was logging on, and they did something like this where they had like an ice cream cone like floating in there. But I remember the I don't know, it was like a computer screen, like the old school computers where you just like popped up their website and we're like clicking around to like engage and like do things. And they were the same kind of thing too, where there was no like there's no Discord or anything like that. It was just all like up in the air. So I don't know their full plans for that as well. I believe they've got some like stuff talked about right now, but I guess they were kind of like going for the quality over quantity kind of thing, right? With these guys, they were like, I don't know if they were an ETH project beforehand or they were talking about ETH, but they want to make sure that we're held to like a high standard over on Cardano, and they're building more of like a brand is their kind of sell to you. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes for them, but there's a lot of mystery, and I think people just don't know yet too with these new ones. Like there's like they've heard of them, but they really have no idea what they're doing yet. So it'll be curious to see when the mint comes out how that success kind of translates over from the Twitter engagement to the actual sale. So
I'm definitely curious. Like, they got my attention with doing that. I'm also kind of a sucker for the like display case style that that at least not BeatBoyz but the Fluffies is doing. So these have all kind of got me intrigued, especially with how it's kind of been a little slow. It's mainly been second stages of other projects, minus Mallards and Raccoon. So we got some new stuff. I'm kind of actually excited to get.
Yeah, it should be an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it'll be busy.
Doing Reaver Empire too, I think, is going to be an instant sellout.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's one I need to catch back up on.
That's the
Reaver
one
Empire.
that's on the
They're on the front page of JPG.
Yeah, just go to the
right?
front page and you can see their. If you click it, you get their Twitter.
I think that those look awesome.
Yeah, I heard. I forget who I was watching today. They were talking about this one. Yeah, not to. I guess yeah. What day are they minting? Do you know?
21st.
21st. Okay, that's a Sunday mint then as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so Reaver Empire. These look like old school like
Their
video
website's
games.
pretty cool. You should go on their website.
I'll have to double check this.
I'm directing your channel now.
No, you're good. I think I was watching maybe one of Atlantic's videos or something. He was showcasing it off. My computer's like struggling with all these tabs.
Yeah, it's a sluggish computer here, man. You need some updates or something.
Dude, it's the ongoing joke.
It's
on
awesome,
the channel
man.
right
Get a new computer.
Dude, I think
NFTs.
I broke my processor is what ended up happening. Where CPU, okay. The CPU just started getting wrecked. I got a nice I built this thing like 5 years ago when we were doing this.
Oh man, sell some crypto, buy a nice new computer, new graphics card, start mining.
There we go. Yeah. So this
mining right now.
Yeah, here we are. We're going. Actually, it's sped up a little bit. So Reaver Empire. Maybe Travis, you can kind of fill us in a little bit on this.
I don't want to do a full pitch, but there's 3,333. There's like 3 like legions or guilds, and they're split evenly. If you scroll down, you can see some samples.
Okay.
I won't get into too deep of what they're doing, roadmap or anything. I just want to pull up. I thought their art was like super cool.
Fuck shit up. That's all I'm
and not to draw. I mean, just because my head automatically draws comparisons, just like, oh, this looks like something that I liked before. It does kind of remind me like the PFP style of Ada Ninjas, kind of like the line art and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
Now, obviously, the attributes and theme is completely different, but just kind of obviously the pose and stuff is.
And like they're like pixel art too, and I generally don't like pixels, but these just look.
These look dope. It reminds me of like old school like video games. That's all. Like Metroid or something like that. Like definitely throwing.
Metroid is like a good vibe, I think.
Yeah, I could.
Badass.
So these guys are they a game kind of thing, or are they just going straight to NF? I can obviously see the roadmap right here, but what do we got going on here?
Yeah, I don't think they're doing a game. I don't want to speak what's in my head of what they're doing because I'm screwed up. But
yeah, no worries. So
bring a little attention and show their art. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
85 the website too.
Yeah, 85 ADA for the whitelist, 95 for public, August 21st. I don't know if there's a time yet. I'm sure there is, but
right. So they're doing burning. So if you burn one of each, you can get a Promethean, which is like their ultimate one, like later. So even the small collection is going to get burned again.
Okay.
Later.
Oh, I like that. I like when you can like upgrade your stuff like that, and it reduces supply, which obviously incites some buying pressure on there as well, which is really cool.
People like extra bump too.
Usually like burn the ugly floor ones or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's usually like even when collections do burning, like the collection just gets cooler every time.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way.
Oh, shout out to these guys. Again, this is one of the JPG Launchpad projects, right?
Yeah. I'm chilling. We got no stake in this. Launchpad is free.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, you guys have got them on the front page. That's another incentive for getting over there with JPG.
So we're working on like a rework for the webpage for the most part. Like this is only the start. Like Launchpad is going to be like a much bigger focus. So like there'll be a whole Launchpad section, and there'll be upcoming mints calendar, minting today, what's minting right now. It's going to be way more interactive.
Yeah,
and Launchpad will be a much bigger part of the ecosystem.
That's dope. That's dope, dude. One thing I wanted to kind of quick mention over here was a big thing going on in the space right now, and it's confusing the shit out of people. And maybe they're going to no Discord route anymore here soon. But Emma for Hujo Wilson, he lost the election for old money. Travis, I don't know if you've been following old money at all.
A little bit, yeah. I know there's some shenanigans going on.
They're always fun to do this, but he basically put out this long letter of like, guys, since you guys did this to me, I'm done. I'm out. He goes, you guys did this. You can have Trixon, you can go ahead and take over for you guys. But basically, he's saying he's out of here. He goes, good luck with all your ADA you spent on art, in quotations over here. So
I think it's a big meme.
Yeah. Well, the funniest part about all this
is tricks. I didn't trust the guy.
I was a technocrat. I did vote for Hydra. I was a big fan.
Look who you put your horse behind.
Yeah, well, look at what he did over here. So now the website over here, Trixon got captured. His wife's wanted for like murder right now. They put out like a little snippet inside the Discord, which the Discord is only the announcements in general. They deleted all other channels right now, and everything's just been seized by the domain's been seized by the Federal Urinal of Instigation. So FUI instead of FBI.
They're incredibly clever. They were like the most clever people in the space, I think.
God, man, dude, look at this. Everything.
They're also like almost
joke.
Nonsense. Like I can't even follow or keep track of half the stuff they're talking about.
And I think that's the best part about it, right? And they just had like sprinkle with D's nuts and NCA, National Creep Agency, the Popo, like everything about them. Like that's actually really hilarious.
It's just like it's more the badge. The badge just says Popo.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
The Department of Just Us is over here. Party and bullshit is their thing. And I didn't even notice it's dicks on here. Just that's a thing.
Blow that out for YouTube.
The funniest thing to me would be that they actually just disappear, like just completely are gone. Like everybody's fucking around. The funny part is that it's funny if everybody's having a great time with it. But can you imagine if they were just like, dude, we're done, we're out, and this was the end of it. And now everybody can just have it.
Yeah, for sure.
They make a lot of money, man. I don't see them being gone.
I don't know. That's the sentiment for everybody over here. I don't know what they really got going on, but whatever they do, it's drawing attention. And if they were wanting people to think that they were actually rugged, so far I don't know if it's working. But
I think if anyone's ever gonna rug, they're just gonna do it the lazy way and delete their Discord and Twitter. And
it feels like a little bit like a lot of like work's going into the actual rug itself. But they're playing into their theme.
I feel like they're docs though. Hey, I feel like they're not.
Yeah, I don't know. We even had actually.
I think I have an image of them in my head. What they look like.
I don't know. Yeah. We're gonna have Hoodro on. He's supposed to be doxxed, and then he sent on like some
tech
8 or something like that.
Newton Baker he sent on over to us. Like now they play into like the theme of stuff over here is the United Slave States Attorneys. Dude, the District of Bashington. Like everything is just like fun. Like even Trixon, he put out a video like him just like doing his victory speech, and then his wife in the background, some guy knocking on the door, shoots them, and then they're like wanted for murder, and they just like dip out.
I like this. The Department of Justice, NFT crime, and low intellect property.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I just love that everything's shut down right now. And in that whole, it's like, what if there was like anarchy in like the country? Like, because now like literally the Discord is just everybody posting memes, like just going to town on like, what the hell is happening? Like everybody just like, no, it's a rug, don't worry. And if other people are just like, guys, don't worry about it, we're fine. It's just like just turning to pure like fuckery, as they call it over there.
Fuckery,
But but the craziest thing to me is like everybody was like, well, during that experiment, would they actually drop? Like, would people start listing their stuff? Would they start selling this off? And if anything, it's made people more diamond-handed over here, which is very interesting.
That's the most diamond-handed community ever, man. That's crazy.
Dude, and there's so
837 owners has 1,000 floor and 7,500. That ratio might be the top in the whole scene. It's mental.
Diamond hand, like even the campaign.
I sold all mine. I had a bunch of bills. I sold them all like 300, and what a paper hand fool I am.
Dude, these are one guys where you like if you hold on to what they've got going on, dude, they actually pays you to sit there and just don't do anything with it. Just let them do it because they
like you have to like live in that Discord to know what the hell's going on, man. I never know what's going on with old money, but I guess that's part of the fuckery.
That's part of the fuckery. The last thing that they released, which I don't know where they've mentioned a second bill collection, but now who knows what the hell's happening right now.
Right.
But they're fucks over here. These things minted for 128, and they're about 196 floor right now. So nobody knows what they've got going on. We're the paparazzi over inside the Discord over there. So it's our job to report the news as we get over here. So we'll keep you on an update over on D's nuts and what the FUI is.
We actually sent TJ out. He's right now outside of Hoodro's house trying to get pictures or an interview or something. Just waiting to hear back from him.
130 of 18 USC 420.69.
Dude, they're amazing. I love what they got going on. Shout out to old money. We'll see what happens. Hopefully if they rug, I mean, at this point I wouldn't even be mad. I think it'd be hilarious, but I don't know.
TJ rugged.
TJ rugged this whole episode on us. He's probably got baby duty over there. He's been I don't know, man. He's been struggling with some stuff. He's got a brand new newborn and a toddler coming through. So he's been popping in.
I keep a plant alive. That is as much commitment as I have. And it's a low water, low light plant. It is like the most minimum maintenance living life form I think I can handle.
Yeah, dude. But not me. Yeah, I got a dog. That's where we're at with that right now. Yep, got a dog. That's about it. Tom's got a cat somewhere running around in there. And
I think I got a cat or something, Travis. I don't know why.
I used to travel a lot for work, like rotations, like 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and you just can't have a pet, right? It's just not possible. You
I
gotta
thought the
put
same
pet
thing.
on
There's
something.
times, yeah, I'm like, that'd be a cool job to have that. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with a pet? Like, it's impossible.
Yeah, you just can't. You just can't have one.
He's got your cactus in there. You're good to go.
Yeah, a little succulent.
I literally would have to give. I actually gave my plant to my friend's girlfriend, who's obsessed with plants.
Like, don't give me any responsibility
for me. I had a plant sitter, so I can only imagine having a dog.
Dude, that'd be crazy, right? Well, dude, you got like a whole, I don't know, like you're in a good path right now. It feels like for everything that you guys are building, even though it's a tough market, like you guys are able to sustain through this, keep building. I mean, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when everything does pick back up.
I'm fired up. Like for the cons, that's all I've done the past day or two is like work on conference stuff. Are you guys going?
Yeah. We'll plan on being out there. No booth or anything, but I think we're
still working on that. We just got a new job, so we're figuring out the details here.
Gotta go, man. You gotta go to the first CNFTcon.
So.
Dude, it's gonna be fun. We're working on
definitely got regulars. Love to see you guys, right? So
yeah,
you be celebrities.
Yeah,
between that and buying a new PC for editing, I don't know. I might have to buy the new PC.
You guys live far away from Vegas?
We're in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't be that.
It's like it's not too. I'll be out there. Really? I know for sure. I'm 100%.
That's crazy. That's less than what I paid. I paid in US dollars. If it were a round trip, like $500 from Eastern Canada. Yeah,
dude, it's like $700 over here for us.
Florida, that's so crazy.
It's wild, right?
And I assume there'd be a direct flight to Vegas for like $200.
The direct flights suck. We got like Spirit Airlines and shit like that. Yeah,
like that. It's usually like super cheap, but just
that weekend
things are at is this
there's another event happening that weekend, I believe, in Vegas. I forget what it is. That's not CNFTcon. There's a reason for
one. Then I'm going.
Yeah.
No, but we definitely. I'll be out there at least. Hopefully, we'll see the rest of us.
You gotta go, man. I think like where we didn't have one last year with COVID. It's almost it's over a year and a half now.
We had one last year. There was one last year.
Yeah. But like, man, like this is gonna be such a fun time. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, I'm excited too because you're part of the 2500 club, and I know that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I actually,
the party is Thursday.
I think I like the lounge up there, right? Something along those lines, or something crazy that I've heard about. I have no idea. Somebody's been shilling us that. I don't know where that information's coming from.
So we have a pretty big booth. We're not doing anything crazy or a big party or anything. I think next year we're gonna do something a little more.
Yeah.
TBD. But no, we just got a booth is huge. It was like 30 by 30 or something.
Really, dude, that's gonna be crazy.
Nothing crazy. It's just gonna be us hanging out. We're gonna have like a picture booth where you can like everyone just get up and take a picture, and it'll just be minted for free, and we'll just send them out to whoever wants them.
Really,
so like a CNFTcon NFT of yourself and your friends or whatever.
Dude, see, that's gonna be fun. Like, there's gonna be so many photos, videos, like interview, all kinds of fun stuff. But we catch you out there. We'll go ahead. I think we're trying to work like some sort of like mobile interview, something along those lines, just to get a little clip tour out there. So we'll definitely, we'll stop by. We'll definitely go ahead and.
We're going to Rare Bloom too the week after.
Are you? Damn. See, I'd choose. It was either one or the other. I've just been crazy with work and stuff this year, so I chose CNFTcon.
Yeah, it's tough to do both. Normally, like we're sending anyone who want to go could go to CNFTcon, just like a vacation. Work. Still gonna work booth. And stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone who wanted to go could go.
Yeah.
Rare Bloom really sending. We were only going to send a couple, but now there's like 8 or 9 people going. But it's still much less of us are going to Rare Bloom for sure.
Yeah. But I think that'll be like, it's gonna be the party, man. Like everybody's got events going on, all kinds of things. There's after parties that, Clay's got the big one set up with all Angel Baby and Digital Lowlights, all those guys. And
imagine going to a place where everyone you just talked about this stuff, right? You can't get off this computer and go talk to your friends because they don't want to hear or no one's interested or no one knows what you're talking about. But like the CNFTcon, you can go and like actually talk, about this stuff.
Not even that though. Like you get to talk to the people who created this stuff too, which is the really cool stuff. And we were talking about that because like, what if there's going to be like, I feel like there's going to be a little surge in like Cardano NFTs after that event, just because people are going to be so hyped and bullish on everybody that they've talked to. I can imagine like some of those projects are going to shoot up a little bit more after that thing. So. I'll speculate.
Might be the lowest volume weekend ever.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be.
Everyone's gonna be there and partying in Vegas and whatever.
Dude,
no one's gonna be home buying. But
but no, it should be fun. But dude, we appreciate you jumping on over here with us tonight. I know, like I said, TJ's taking a little break from us tonight. So, but I appreciate you getting a chance to hang out. It's been a while since we've got a chance to actually hear from you. So it's great to have you on tonight.
Yeah, man, it's good to hear you guys. I'll try and keep in closer touch for sure.
Yeah,
thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure.
It's
Maybe
been too long, man. We want to do this way back. We did the first live and met you, so we're glad we got to finally get you down here. I know you're busy too, so it's been great.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
all
is
the,
cool.
all the JPG info too. It's good to hear what you guys have been working on. It's cool to hear that, like, dude, you just been doing successful. You know, YouTube's like a very unsure game. So the fact that you were
It
able to
is,
secure
yeah.
something, what you're doing, and it's secure and it's something that you enjoy is really cool to hear.
It's way less like I'm stressed. I'm working hard, but like YouTube and Patreon, all that, like it's your paycheck. Like, you're grinding for
Yeah.
money, you
Yeah.
know, and it's hard. It's nice to have a salary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's nice to have it consistent and not be like, oh, well, there's no projects minting this month. There's out of my hands, but that means no money too. There's
It's
no content, nothing to
gave me a
flip.
whole newfound respect for anyone in the world who makes it as an influencer or does YouTube or does Instagram or like even TikTok, like people just doing dance videos that like make it. Those people grind, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect for. No, I might not like any of their content, but it's a hard work.
That grind is real, right?
It's real, yeah. It's nuts. It's like another level.
Well, dude,
It's a different type of self-motivation because there's no one
It is,
there to tell you what to do or which, like, you could just sit around and lay in bed and do nothing all day, or you got to get up and make your 8 videos.
Your content, yeah.
Yeah.
No boss knocking on your, you know, there's no stuff you got to do.
Because everyone's always like, anyone could do that, and it's like, well, why aren't you just been sitting around playing video games all day? Why don't you do it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a lot to take away your time from watching Netflix or something to get up and do that. It takes hours and hours.
Yeah. Oh,
I
guess
like playing video games, you know.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. I like doing
Or-
that stuff. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd rather be doing that too, for sure.
Yeah. The one thing I suggest, Travis, I know it's kind of a last minute question, but for anybody who's like in the content creation world or thinking about going into that, and then or somebody who's looking to get onto one of these teams, like what you've been doing, like, you have any advice for anybody who's looking like just starting out inside this space?
I think just like you got to grind, and it's a lot of work. And I think people knowing who you are, it's worth a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
So I think like I probably never got hired because everyone knew me mainly on Twitter more so than YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you're a voice, if you're someone they've heard of before, if you have some connection, if you DM them problems and you have some point of contact, like you just got to work for it, man. And just who you know. And this is like the story's oldest time, right? Who you know, your contacts, who you've talked to. I think it matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't, for advice, I don't know, just.
Well, if there is advice that I can tell everybody right now, last screenshot over here is make sure you're following Travis over on Twitter.
Thank you.
At Degen Travis right here. He's the original. But dude, yeah, putting some great info out. I know you said you've been diving into some crypto and just coins and other things, and the memes, dude. You've been like,
I'm a little
videos,
like
dude.
lighter now. I'm not content farming, you know. Like when you're trying to grind up your Twitter, you do a little more controversial takes and things like that. Now I'm just having fun and sharing memes and
that's the good thing, man. Yeah.
You know, and it's cool.
Dude, well, it's cool to see, and I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that you're doing well with everything that you got going on. So appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, dude. It's been another episode of Freedom 35ers, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.